Help me welcome right now into the blue corner from San Andreas, California, Michael Reddemann.
Getting set for 3 rounds of action. Michael Reddemann making his professional debut. Both fighters in this fight will be doing just that. Comes in with a 4-11 amateur record. 2 of his 4 wins by knockout. He's got a submission victory, decision victory as well.
My name is Michael Reddemann. I'm making my professional debut. I'm from Norwalk, California, fighting out of Steel MMA and the training lab. I've had 30 amateur fights, and from that I feel like I've had all the experience I need to turn pro. I took a lot of my fights on short notice, out of my weight class, and when I wasn't really training, I just really liked to fight, and I felt like my talent wasn't enough. But now I have a solid team behind me, and I feel even more confident about going pro. So my strength as a fighter would probably be my whole game, is just how creative I can be with it and tying it all together between my wrestling and my striking and my jiu-jitsu. I have the confidence to win anywhere, whether it's to pound an opponent out, to submit them, but more importantly to knock them out on the feet with my right hand, my right kick, my left hook, my left kick, whatever I want basically. And I prefer to keep it on the feet because I love being a striker. I think it's more entertaining for the fans, but I'm not scared to take it to the ground for sure.
Michael Reddemann, Royal, would love to be MMA royalty at some point. Says that he feels comfortable with his amount of amateur experience. He's ready to turn pro. He gets his shot here at
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Michael Reddemann.
Well, for Michael Reddemann, an extensive amateur background, but now they're doing it for real in the pros.
And now, into the red corner, from Artashat, Armenia, Zhora Sahakyan.
Zhora Sahakyan also making his professional debut. Impressive amateur record of 5-1. Let's hear more from Sahakyan.
My name is Zhora Sahakyan. I'm from Artashat, Armenia. This is going to be my pro debut. I'm from Team Hayastan and Kings MMA Anaheim. My strength is judo, so I'm a judo black belt for a long time. Yes, when I was amateur, I have 2 belts. I had 2 belts. So the one is IE Fight Night 135. Then after that, Lights Out, again 135. So I have 2 belts. Honestly, this is not for me for making a lot of money. I mean, I know it's important, but for the biggest thing, to make some history, the people know you, so you can use your name to do a lot of good things. My name is Zhora Sahakyan, and I'm up next.
There you hear from Zhora Sahakyan. Sahakyan, a judo black belt. He'd rather throw you than know you. 2 fighters making their professional debuts. Should be fun to watch.
Yeah, Zhora Sahakyan, this guy is equally deadly on his feet or on the mat. Coming at a highest end. These guys have a different squeeze.
Zhora Sahakyan.
Sahakyan coming off of a round 2 submission victory over Adrian Spinks. Says he wants to make a name and wants to make history.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, UpNext Fighting Promotions in association with Bash Entertainment bring you 3 rounds of MMA featherweight action. Tonight's fight is sponsored by the V Company. It's supervised by the California State Athletic Commission, their executive officer, Randy Foster, their chairman, Peter Villegas, with event supervisor Sean Wells in attendance. Your judging officials for tonight's fight are the Honorable John Romero, Chris Crail, and Elliot Kelly. Physicians at ringside, Dr. Jeff Roberts and Dr. Cynthia Pfeiffer. Your timekeeper, Jill Trigg. All right, let's go. First, in the blue corner, wearing black and blue, weighing in at 134.6 pounds, he stands 5'9", age 25, fighting out of the training lab, making his pro debut with us here tonight from Norwalk, California. Welcome, Michael Royal Reddemann. And across the cage in the red corner, he's wearing black with gray. and at a ready weight of 137.2 pounds. He stands 5'8", age 24. Fighting for Kings MMA, also makes his debut with us here tonight from Artashat, Armenia, presenting Zhora Sahakyan. Ladies and gentlemen, your referee for tonight's fight, Frank Trigg.
Stage is set as we get the final instructions by Twinkle Toes.
Gentlemen, we got the instructions in the locker room. They have my commands at all times. Ready yourself at all times. Go after your corners, come out swinging. Let's go.
Well, Todd, looking at the odds for this fight, Sahakyan, because of having that extensive background in judo, being a black belt, he's minus 220, meaning you have to lay $220 to win 100. Michael Reddemann, on the other hand, nearly a 2-to-1 underdog at plus 180.
Yeah, but what are you going with on the over-under of a round and a half?
I mean, Sahakyan likes to finish fights quickly, and Reddemann has shown that he wants to come out and make a statement, so I am going on the under, guys.
All right, Sahakyan landing a big shot there. Reddemann trading kicks, both of them.
Those were, of course, the gaming odds. Nasty elbows here by Reddemann. And takedown city there by Zhora Sahakyan. Boy, really muscled up Reddemann for that takedown.
Yeah, it's exactly where you don't want to be, with someone from highest end on top of you. That Gokor Chavichin and Jean LaBelle background, heavy pressure, always putting an onus on position before submission. Reddemann flirting with a triangle there, but Sahakyan smashing his way through it.
Jean LaBelle, what an icon we recently lost. You know, was a big part of the scene here in Southern California. Look out here, feverishly looking for that arm is Reddemann.
What I like is Redmond's always working on his back. He's not just here to go ahead and be an opponent for Sahakyan.
They can triangle here,
Yeah, he's
trying
tying
to
up
cinch
the
it in.
triangle. He's got to get that arm free and pull down on the head.
Sahakyan very comfortable on the ground, but he'll have to prove it. He's going to escape here. And go ahead.
Reddemann did say that he learned a lot in the amateurs and now training with the training lab, that he has grown exponentially as he endeavors into the pros.
Was not able to hit pay dirt with that submission, and now Sahakyan has top position, working out of the closed guard now of Reddemann. Sahakyan's lone loss in his career to David Okuna was a unanimous decision. Okuna with a 6-3 amateur record.
Both these guys are long in the tooth as amateurs. Sahakyan 5-1 as an amateur, 4 decision wins, 1 KO, 1 submission victory. But like I said, the guys that train under Gokor, they just have a different kind of squeeze, man. They're just boa constrictors, all of them.
Sahakyan saying, you know, he's not in this sport for the money. He really loves to compete. He wants to leave a legacy. He wants to make a name. Off to a great start thus far at 5-1. Now trying to take the back here of Reddemann. Both fighters back to a vertical base. Who can get the upper hand out of this? Scramble, nice leg trip there by Sahakyan.
Beautiful outside trip by Zhora Sahakyan there.
That's got to be debilitating to the mental psyche of Michael Reddemann to work that hard to get up and then to immediately be brought back to the canvas on a beautiful inside trip.
Not only that, but he doesn't have the fence to the cage to use to walk back to his feet. So Sahakyan doing a good job of putting his opponent in the middle of the cage, or he's not going to be able to, if he wants to get up, he's really going to have to work from here. Sahakyan landed some nasty hammer fists.
Round and pound by Zhora Sahakyan, looking for his 6th victory. And these two making their professional debut, so they're going into unfamiliar turf. They're used to that Rising Stars format of the 2-minute rounds, making the transition to pro, where, of course, fights consisting of 3 5-minute rounds.
Sahakyan is on Reddemann like a straitjacket, guys, and it has not been the case. Now he's bleeding as Reddemann.
Yeah, those elbows must have busted him open. Sahakyan landing some nasty elbows from the top position.
Might end up wearing that crimson mask. Reddemann back to a vertical base, gonna try and spin out of this. Up against the cage, there you can see it. Just a nasty laceration there. Redmond's name has never been more apropos than right now.
I think it's more aesthetic than anything, guys, but still, it is playing a factor in the eyes of the judges.
Sahakyan doing a great job of capturing that single, bringing the fight to the mat, but I'm impressed by Reddemann and quickly getting back to his feet here.
He certainly is tough. Again, Sahakyan, such a powerhouse, looking for another takedown, which would really put an exclamation point on this first round. You got to believe if he can get it.
He's having a hard time getting the double, getting his hands clasped, so he's switching to a single high crotch. Beautiful job.
Again, black belt in judo, but just straight, powerful double leg takedown there by Sahakyan.
Pure explosion that we are seeing from Zhora Sahakyan, the 24-year-old out of Armenia.
Reddemann doing a good job of scrambling off the bottom position and back to his feet. This kid is tough as nails.
He really is. No doubt about it. Out of Downey, California. But just, you know, once Sahakyan gets that grip on you, you're in trouble. You're going to go for a ride.
Sahakyan is all action all the time. Even when he was in the position, he unloaded an overhand left that backed up Reddemann.
Final seconds of the first round here. And Sahakyan really turned the table as Reddemann was looking good early, had those submission attempts, but the second half of the round, dominant for Zhora Sahakyan as we await the unofficial scorecard of our own Jonathan King.
Yeah, that one wasn't too hard to score. Zhora Sahakyan just absolutely dominant in the first round. I don't think it was enough to get a 10-8, but I give the score 10-9. Zhora Sahakyan firmly in control after one.
Yeah, after Reddemann was unsuccessful with that triangle attempt, Sahakyan got top position, and he was in control, really dictated the pace for the remainder of the first round.
Well, there was a moment at the end of the first where they went ahead and went to the corners, and you could tell that Reddemann sort of looked up as to be like, man, I am in for one rough night at the office if I don't turn things around here in the second.
No question about it, and Reddemann says he can win anywhere, says he loves to strike, more entertaining for the fans, and with the ground game of Sahakyan, that might be a wise strategy if Reddemann can keep this thing on his feet.
If you're Reddemann, you got to be thinking, all right, the first round didn't go my way. It's a brand new fight. Let me go ahead and attack here in the second.
Reddemann landing a nice head kick, but he gets a right hook for his efforts there. Sahakyan looking to counter here.
Sahakyan caught him right on the button with that right.
See, Redmond's got to be real careful here. He's in a tenuous position. If he overcommits on his striking, he walks right into the power takedown of Sahakyan. So he's got to maintain that in and out movement to try to keep Sahakyan at the end of his punches.
Certainly trying to fight at range right now is Reddemann.
When if you're Reddemann, you got to try to set traps because it's obvious that Sahakyan is trying to close the distance. If you're Reddemann, step back a little bit and try to throw a right uppercut to catch the attention of Sahakyan as he comes forward looking for the takedown.
Reddemann went upstairs with the head kick again, trying to keep Sahakyan at distance. Pace slow slightly here to start the second round, but now here we go. Sahakyan found his way inside. Does not, now we're gonna see some of that judo expertise, gets that hip involved and gets Reddemann back to the canvas.
You know, the beautiful job that he did setting that takedown up with his hands was just tremendous. Zhora Sahakyan going right to the inside, landing a nice jab, followed by the cross, and then gets inside to the hips and able to bring the fight to the mat where only he can dominate.
This is a bad spot, guys. Michael Reddemann's got to move now. He's in deep trouble here.
Yeah, he's on the wrong side of town right now with Zhora Sahakyan on his back. Frank Trigg getting a real close look here.
Really surprised that Sahakyan didn't think submission there initially and sink in the rear naked. Going for it now, though. And softened him up with the strikes.
That looks under their chin. He's flattening them out, Todd. This could be the beginning of the end.
Just smothering Michael Reddemann here, who escapes the rear naked for the moment, but still in a hell of a bad position. The out of the frying pan into the fire.
He's got almost 3 minutes to survive, guys, and this is going to be a tall task for Michael Reddemann. Sahakyan in complete control.
Both hooks in, just riding the top back position of Reddemann. Reddemann trying to elevate that leg to get rid of one of the hooks, but Sahakyan switching to a body lock now. It's going to be even more difficult for him to get out.
Nasty elbows here on the ground.
Oh, he might be out. That's it.
Yes.
Zhora Sahakyan with a tremendous second round KO victory.
That was a dominating performance from Zhora Sahakyan. There's a reason why he was a minus 220 favorite coming into this fight, and he proved it in grand fashion. And guys, not to say I told you so, but we were talking about the over-unders on the rounds of a round and a half. Well, guess what? The under, I told you so.
There you have it. Let's take a look back at some of the action, and the takedowns were a big difference maker for Sahakyan.
Yeah, Sahakyan just used that tremendous pedigree that he has, the judo background, able to bring the fight to the mat where only he could do damage. He maintained top position, heavy hips. Beautiful job of bringing the fight to where only he could dominate.
And you just see the vicious grounded pound, Todd, that we're seeing. Sahakyan was never in any particular danger. And what I love that he did in the second round is he got the takedown by entering with the jab. This guy isn't just a one-trick pony. We are seeing the evolution of Zhora Sahakyan, and that is problematic for the rest of the bantamweight division.
Absolutely, and Sahakyan, I'll tell you, there you see the scars of war all over the face of Reddemann. Sahakyan, such a powerhouse with those takedowns as we take another look here. Just digs way down deep, goes to his judo playbook there, and once he got Reddemann down here, it was the beginning of the end. Some thunderous forearms on the canvas.
Well, and also, too, it's the fact that Sahakyan isn't even breathing heavy. He started to take the will out of Michael Reddemann, especially with those dangerous elbows that he was landing. He was dropping bombs on him, Todd.
He sure was. And Sahakyan is riding a lot of momentum because he was coming off of a 4-fight win streak in the Rising Stars ranks, the amateur ranks, and continues to have things go his way, getting a win in his professional debut. Doctor and everybody getting a good look here at Michael Reddemann, who proved his toughness throughout the fight. Got outclassed, but certainly no give in this guy.
I think Redmond's pride is more hurt than anything. I mean, I know that his nose is bleeding, but I mean, he was very tough. But again, Zhora Sahakyan, it's just different levels. And we witnessed that here tonight in the fact that Sahakyan is making his pro debut successful, and that's why.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a round of applause for these fighters. Let's hear it.
Great class sportsmanship on display. As Reddemann will be taken to the back and given a good look over.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight comes to an end at 2 minutes, 25 seconds of round 2. Your winner by knockout in the red corner, Zhora Sahakyan on his pro debut.
Big win by Sahakyan. Jonathan King will be standing by to get a word.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner. Before we get to Zhora Sahakyan, put your hands together for Michael Reddemann one more time. Pop your mouthpiece. Zhora, tremendous fight. Pro debut, could not have gone any better. What's going through your mind?
It's the only thing goes through in my mind. Just want to thank everybody who came to support me first, to my God Jesus Christ, then all you guys came to support me, truly want me to fight, to win. I know there's a lot of guys doesn't want me to win, but it's only you guys who came to support me and really wanted me to win. That's it. And one more thing, one more thing. A lot of guys acting like a lion and behind their cameras, yeah, they're acting in social media like a lion. I saw a lot of comments, but if anybody has something to say to me, come see, face to face. I know you're not gonna come, but yeah, but don't act like a lion in front of your cameras, but man, come face to face to me. That's it, that's all I gotta say.
Well, after that performance, I don't think anybody's going to be stepping into your phrase. Put your hands together one more time for your winner, Zhora Sahakyan.